so we can mark that down as the stupidest thing I've ever done. All right, guys, we are here. It wasn't a bad drive, and it's a beautiful day. I'm just tired. Let's get this big hairy girl out of here. Normally I don't have to worry about her hair too much, but it's a bad time of the year right now, huh? What do you think? Hmm? What do you think? It's a nice little spot. Nice little spot. I am not complaining. Just to double check. This shows that I'm plugged in and it's rolling, this top one. And these are my cords that should have been good for my solar power and just weren't. I'm not sure why. Tackle that later. Can't be worried about it right now. Grabbing my chair. It's our new rug, Grit. It's our new rug. Check it out. It's not a treat. You didn't eat your breakfast. I went from like 29 degrees with my winter hat on earlier to 61. It's pretty warm. So bright. I have a bit of a mess going with the all the blankets that I used last night, or tried to use last night. It was just a big old mess. I'm keeping my blankets and my pillows. It gives me big fluffy pillows, as fluffy as I need them at least, and an easy way to store my blankets. I don't like a lot of pillows, but it's handy now that my couch is like this because it gives me a better back to my couch. I'm going to attempt to, I'm going to take my TV out of its wrapping here. That is a pillow with a small blanket that's around the TV hooked with a, with a hook. As with anything black, it gets really dusty when absolutely nothing happens. But there we go. I have my Roku box, which I've hooked on here. And the remote is in this basket right here. I do have to plug it in. It's plugged in, never mind. And see if this bad boy fires up. I do have to plug it in. I'm a genius. Well, scared myself to death. I almost did. I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. It's because I didn't have my AC turned on. Now, okay, let's see. We can do anything. Come on. Come on. Maybe another source? Oh, that should go down. Oh! Okay. Oh, I'm so pumped. All right, so ultimately my Roku, it needs more It needs more oomph, so I'm gonna let it charge and do its thing. But otherwise, we're set up on internet. I can watch YouTube or Netflix later. I'm pretty excited. Never had a TV in here before, so. Righty tighty. All right. This is my face wash slash toothbrush station. Let's see. So we can mark that down as the stupidest thing I've ever done. So what I have done in here to fix some things is, instead of underneath the ear, I had my pot, my pan, and my stovetop, both my electric and my gas. So what I've decided is that my water, I've put them there, still in their plastic container, which was under the bed, rather than my pots and pans. And my pots and pans will go where the water was, like this. Making me some lunch. Thank goodness I have this little top that I redid and put the little dowels in, because the TV takes up pretty much that entire thing. So that would have been I would have felt that was a fail if I didn't have this that I can move from my sink. And I don't use my sink that often at all, in the morning and in the night. I like a lot of peanut butter on my sandwiches and a lot of jelly. I'll actually have to wash my face today, because all I used were the wipes last night and the wipes this morning. Those wipes leave a lot to be desired. Here's my hand sticky. Here's to us. That's why I hate pillows. Right there. I love this little table of mine. Chili mac it is. I do not do a whole lot of fancy cooking in my van. It tends to be meals just like this, and I got some ramen noodles with me too. So mainly just for ease. Don't want to clean up. Nobody I need to cook fancy for. And it's just easy. I enjoy easy. That is a pretty big pot. I just swapped my pots out in here. I used to have a smaller pot, but I found this one at the thrift store and I bought it and swapped. Actually, the other one just needed to be tossed. So this one is a new one. It's a little bit bigger. It does have kind of like a strainer maybe. So if I'm doing pasta, it's like 2-in-1. So I don't have to have an extra strainer with me. So it would also do very well if I had 2 or 3 people that I was cooking for. As it is, it's just me. It'll be just fine. Stovetop does have, it has a heating element, so it does gets hot quickly and it pulls a lot of energy. So I'm plugged in, not a concern today. Let me check on it, actually. I'm not totally loving, like, my battery was just replaced and I feel like it's the same battery number, but It operates differently. I'm not loving it. My dog is absolutely shedding and all my clothes are covered in dog hair. Not loving that either. It's everywhere, and let's hope it's not in my food. I'm gonna get some wine ready. I'm gonna give my dog a stick. Stick? Greta gets a stick, which is like this little rawhide stick. She knows that word very well. She gets one every night at roughly 6 o'clock. Screws her up a little bit when the time changes, but this girl knows her clock. So I put my new white table that I loved so much, it was at the bottom of the bed here. I actually did take it and put it in the garage because it's just, I could probably use it right now, quite frankly, as I eat this dinner, and to prevent any spillage, because that would be atrocious. That would be terrible. But it's really just in the way. It didn't maybe seem like it. It's totally in the way, and I had to put it in the back. And if you are seeking an update on my toilet situation, the urine, I took my jug out earlier. It was like halfway full. For whatever reason, I thought it was like full. It wasn't. It was halfway full. Dumped it. Haven't tested the other situation. I'll keep you updated. While I'm waiting on my soup, I'm going to go ahead and prep my coffee for the morning. So I am not a huge drinker, especially at home. I don't drink hardly anything at home, but I do usually bring like a small wine bottle with me on these trips because I have one usually every night. These gals tonight have like, I think we're going to be drinking tonight. And it's not that I don't drink because I'm just not, like, I don't need to. Usually people around me aren't drinking at home for various reasons. But when there are folks that are drinking and I feel safe, and especially like when I'm camping and it's okay for me to have a headache and feel completely sick tomorrow, that's fine. This should be good. So I'll take my little bit of wine and we'll see what happens tonight. To let you know, as far as where I'm at and who I'm with right now, just me, but it's with the camping group that I've been out with before. I have met one of these gals once last October at my first event that I've done with this group called Sisters on the Fly. And that's actually whose place I stayed at last night. Just slept on her curb in the van. So she's here, and there are 8 others, I suppose. And I'm looking for it to be a good time. We really just tend to do campfires at night. Or campfires at night. And there's a few breweries around that they want to do some wine tastings at, and just kind of hang out with some gals. And a lot of us have dogs, and that's what we do.
I was totally right. They know how to have a good time in this group. So there were Jello shots, which I knew would be my downfall. So my head's killing me.